for the first time. We doing this little Dragon Ball Z thing?
Yeah, a little bit. I was read
like
the camera thing wrong, but what's going to be interesting, Fallout, is people like this. The legend from NRG Clicks, who has been on fire lately and just straight up vibing. I think that's you don't hear it, chat.
For quite some time, and it's crazy to call Clicks a veteran at this point because he's so young and but really compared to some of these newer players and these dark horses, he really is.
Absolutely. And one thing that's interesting, we talked about in the opening broadcast how NA West kind of set the formula for success for this tournament in terms of how it's going to be play out. Arkram from 100 Thieves landed here in Doom's Domain. No doubt for all the people watching at home or wherever you are at work, thank you for joining us. But what's going to see what's happening is a lot of the drops that are happening here, Fallout, is from where they land in trios.
These are the quals. So in qualifiers, especially in the early rounds of the qualifiers, before people have points and kind of earn their point-based matchmaking, you're going to see, people just flying like Clicks right now. He's literally running at every single person he's fighting against. Chances are he's not going to be going up against his teammates in trios. As you can see, he's just dominating everyone he's going against.
Oh, wow. That was 5G Notch. 5G Notch.
Oh my gosh.
That was quite impressive. He's taking him out. Notch actually lands at the Shark. You love to see it. I don't think Clicks loves to see what's happening, but he loves to hear that sound hitting him with that boogie. The boogie's gonna be prime opportunity to get the hits. Looking for it, just not capitalize on it, but does have that crash. Gonna get right into the crash action here. But it looks like the other person is not gonna want any part of this fight, but this is important. Even though, yes, it's Heats, Fallout, nothing crazy is happening. You wanna have a hot start. We saw Reverse 2K in the previous Heat one in NA West. Even though he was all ping, kind of take a slow, methodical approach. And before you know it, when we get to the end of the closer of the Heat one, he was on like the cusp of not making it. And eventually he did not make it because he took a slow and steady pace. So having a fast and furious pace right out the get-go could get you the lobby that may be a little bit easier to navigate, and then before you know it, you got like half of your points needed to make that threshold to qualify for semifinals tomorrow.
Facts. And speaking of fast and furious, baby, the pump shotgun, the spaz is back, and we just saw it right there as Clicks connected for the quick headshot with the spaz. And speaking of which, he's gonna do the exact same thing right there. The return of the pump. I'm so happy right now that we get the pump shotgun back in competitive Fortnite. Then the Doom's items, as of course both Clicks and Benji now have opted not to use Doom's items. It's just not worth it. When you have so many great items back in the inventory in this current meta, and of course crash pads to win box fights, it's way better to have those items instead of some of those mythic items instead, as you see right there exactly why. Benji's able to use that crash pad to infiltrate within the box, and the box fight comes out on top. Gets another, as we're now back on board with Benji, as he's in himself a little bit of box fight.
A little bit of box fight. We're seeing another return of old school, the Porta Fort. This is a very clever way, another utility item that, as you can see, could be used for defense, but at the same time could kind of break into different walls. You could wall take a little bit easier with it. So, but I'm just impressed with the aggression of Benji, considering we said an interview with X-Flash oh my goodness, you blinked, you wouldn't miss it. And that was a big time player in the region. Bully, getting bullied right there with the safe TikTok dance. Something to prove. You know with popularity comes with something to prove in that pressure. And one thing was quite revealing, Fallout, was when Clicks talked about that pressure on his streams. We got to forget, man, there's a lot of young people in this tournament, competing at a very, very high level. And it's kind of crazy the opportunities that Fortnite does give anybody to do this. And for him to keep doing it at a high level consistently, that's very impressive still, regardless of like the finishes where he's at.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It is impressive what Clicks has been able to do throughout his entire career, and of course now representing NRG alongside Unknown Army and Epic Whale and Ronaldo and Zayt and so many players that are so storied. It is really impressive to kind of rep that banner. And you talked about his solo success, but how about his trio success as well? First place in Champion Trio Cash Cup just a few weeks ago, of course playing alongside Calc and Macwood. We all know what Clicks is capable of as he's now catching himself in a bit of a scurry here. He is quite tagged up, needs to find a way to heal up if he can. I'm not sure if he's going to win this engagement here if he does try to fight it without healing up, but will he have a chance to is the question. Nope, he will not. He's going to get second place, but a high elimination game for Clicks, and he's going to start strong with 100 plus points. I like what I saw from him.
Was to be able to get that done, but now we're speaking of someone who's trying to get it done is Nanolite. Nanolite with a very, very impressive finish in DreamHack Anaheim way back when, finishing third place. Got a fourth place or a top 5 finish recently in DreamHack. kind of got qualified for grand finals in West Fallout, but ran into some road bumps along the way and still had a great showing, but not what he was looking for. But Nanolite, which we had a great interview for him, you definitely should check it out, is someone who's a big time player on the stage.
Yeah, that's exactly right. 5th place in the DreamHack Open in August, and he did get top 100, I believe, last week, right? I think he made it to the finals, 76th place or the like. Okay, awesome. Yeah, so Nano's been crushing it. And by the way, that's infiltrating. That's coming from NA East. He is an NA East player, currently on board with Nano, as we're watching him do his thing in a late game here, back on home turf. I'm excited to see what Nano can do. He is, I believe, also orgless, so trying to prove himself a little bit, trying to kind of put himself in that upper echelon or upper tier of top Fortnite player, if you will. And we're currently on board with him, giving him our energy, hoping he can come out with a win here and at least 10 eliminations. Oh, but he's gonna get Boogie Bond.
Luckily, he got tagged from above, and that boogie slows down his run. He came in 76th. And shout out, of course, to what's going down for his work. I heard that Benji himself is rocking the new NVIDIA RTX 3080. He's one of the lucky ones that was able to get one. I know that in the blink of an eye, those things were gone. Like a milliseconds. I was able to at least get a PlayStation 5 reserve, but a distance that he gets right there. So we're going to see a lot of that for those people that are new into Fortnite comp. We're going to see a lot of cheeky tech, as we like to say, and they're going to see a mixture of old tech and new tech with edits and whatnot. But yes, Benji gets another 5 points for that elim. But you're going to see all that unfold and done so quickly and efficiently. And all of this stuff, not an accident. All this stuff has been practiced with placement points. But this is what we're seeing right here. Nanolite knows exactly what he's doing. Last time in NA West, I know a lot of people in the chat are asking, what's the threshold? What's the threshold? The threshold was around 330 for Heat 1. And traditionally, Heat 2 is a little bit lower than that. So, you want to at least be in the low 300, mid 300s here for Heat 1. And no doubt Nanolite is well on his way, about 50% on the way there. He's being super aggressive right now. He's not trying to get the front. I think he's relying, believing that the lobby isn't as skilled as him. So he's kind of like saying, all right, I'm most likely to get some free limbs. And now he has someone dead in his sights with a nice edit play.
Yeah, that was beautiful. He predicted that edit perfectly. Skate to where the puck is going to be, not where the puck is what Nano just did right there. However, because of that, he puts himself in a pretty scary spot with 1 HP and a dream. How he's still alive, bud. Some way, somehow, the rotations are going to come through, and that's going to buy him some time to heal up, and he will be able to. So Nano survives by a nano of HP.
To give him a moment to get some big-time tags.
Yeah, we've seen that green pump hit like a pillow a few times, actually. He got tagged. It looked like it was a headshot, and he got attacked for like 30 HP earlier. That would have been one of the eliminations he wanted to get. So he obviously wants to upgrade to his spaz or something if he can, get an elimination and pick up someone's loot. His loadout isn't great, not going to lie. Look at his overall weapon, or his ammo, 37 AR bullets or medium bullets right now. Not looking great. And of course, that's the exact type of impact frag he needed when we say impact frag.
Now he's only down to a couple hard mats here, Fallout, and just nothing but straight up wood. And right there is a sign for anyone at height that sees that they can kind of like spray down on top of him.
Yeah, he's actually about to be out of mats, but those are good edits. I like the stair builds to kind of keep himself alive from the individual behind him. Brilliant play so far. Mechanical prowess coming through as he's going to pick up a huge pick. How is he still alive? Nano is literally surviving by a nano of a thread in some way, somehow still in this one.
Just seeing his predictions and seeing where people are going to flow to him. His predictions and his edits are so clean, and he's getting big power hits, making use of the boogie. See, that's right there. The lack of a power weapon, that would have been an easy critical hit if he had a purple pump or even a legendary. But the skill and the prowess of Nano is to steal Steven Strong, and he picks himself a 2. Oh my goodness, Nano. What a strong run, considering all you had was a pillow popper and the green pump. But goodness gracious, you could do some big deadly things near to far.
Yeah, and maybe not necessarily in the hands of Cody, aka the PC player, the Raiden hat wearing individual. But nice pick right there is gonna come through. However, in the hands of a controller player, you love yourself the new Stark Industries energy rifle. But of course, you can put some work with it on keyboard and mouse as well, as Cody's showing right now. Currently sitting with about 98 total HP. That's going to get leveled up to 148 if he can pop this off with success. And it looks like he'll be able to. Cody with 9 players total in this lobby, and the heal's going to come through. And he's just going to get himself the easiest pick of his life. Peekaboo, he gets 1.
It's Cody right now trying to replicate the performance of his former Timbers teammate, Elise, who placed first last week in DreamHack. So a lot of the Latin community here represented in both DreamHacks back-to-back. And Timbers right now. You said so yourself, Fallout. That literally fell right into his lap. I thought I was a little bit scared because you could hear people popping that heal.
Overall execution of that, as he is in such a rough spot, has to continue eating up his overall resources of crash pads, is now down to just 50 total HP. Looks like he will be able to reset and pause for just a second. As I say that, though, he's actually going to find someone right behind them. Needs to be cautious, gets in another box fight. He can't breathe, but it's going to be a perfect critical hit that's going to come through. Talk about impact frags for Chap. He needed that siphon, and he stays alive with just 15 players left in his lobby. He can heal back up with those minis. Does have a boogie bomb as well if he can try and sneak that, but of course the animation takes quite some time, so you don't really see boogie bombs be used in the very, very late game with, you know, tunneling and, you know, such close box fights. But he will get the elimination actually through the storms. That's a big elimination. That's going to help him quite a bit. And of course the boogie bomb is being waited to be thrown. Hard to do, obviously, with box, waiting for the perfect edit opportunity. Gonna let it rip, but not going to connect just yet.
And so interesting as well, Fallout, is in this match, he's really near steamy stacks, and it could go towards a stack. It looks like it's not going to, but I was going to say, if it went any more in that direction, we would have seen some people flying in the sky like the old school PAX tournament. So luckily everyone did bowl that. We did see that, I believe, in DreamHack, but wow, the double boogie down for Chap.
Oh,
and Chap
God.
gets himself a 2-piece with the boogie on down. That's what we're seeing. And he's not done. He's striking up the band one more time, and a 3-piece for Chap. Back to back to back boogie elims Fallout, and Chap right now is cooking.
You gotta be kidding me. He's not done yet. He's like Kobe with these boogie bombs and finds a way to get 3 straight boogies. Can he get the 4th? He's gonna make himself dance instead, and it's actually might hurt him quite a bit. But no, he's actually been able to catch for the headshot. He is popping off right now with this spaz. Can he get the 4th elimination? Actually making a 5th elimination in a row here. This one is for the bread, I believe. Yes, he's gonna do it. Chap with the perfect, kind of my favorite. This man is comedy when you watch him play. He actually commentates his own gameplay while in the most pressure of situations. That's actually insane.
You know, I've been watching a lot of organizational shows on Netflix. I got to give a shout out to the Tupperware organization, the See-Through. Full on sicko mode, trying to go out and kind of do what he can do best. Now, a little in shambles here. No shields, but the power in his shots. Big time, big purple pump showing up. Asian Jeff here could get himself a victory royale before we go to break. Fallout, I like it.
You and I both. You and I both. I hope we see back-to-backs here. We actually, was that the first victory royale we've seen? It may have been first or second. Jeff's trying to make it the second or third as he's going to connect for yet another one. Asian Jeff making it look easy. I see the chat popping off when Jeff shows up on screen. How could you not? This guy is talented and he's comedy. The fact that he didn't play with his webcam on makes me sad, but he's back. Asian Jeff, the return.
And some people do better with webcams on or off.
That's
I mean, sometimes you get a little bit serious. I mean, some people don't like their gamer face, but I like the position Asian Jeff has right here, taking advantage of the mountain right now. Gonna have that preemptive power of the shotgun to kind of watch and edit, and he has plenty of mats to starve off this player. Does have some heals to do some work. He just has to make sure he doesn't overextend.
Ooh. We have Durant up in first place with 294 points right there. Bad sniper, though. You know him. You love him. He's going to be sitting in second place. Slacks is going to be in third. We have Rifla in fourth place, and then Noel in fifth. But look at that all the way in the bottom. It's Who Fishy. We got Epic Will, of course, in 12th place, and then Accept in third or 13th.